Batteries on. Inverters on.
The day Friday, but it's not just Friday. As we go through the weekend, you're going to start to see more of that heat spreading to the Midwest and into areas
Ignition
of the Northeast
on.
and the Mid-Atlantic, especially by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week.
Beacon on.
Thank you, Allison. A small plane crashed into an Ohio home, killing 2 people.
Fuel valve on.
A flight tracking website indicates that the aircraft was preparing to land.
Fuel pumps on.
And turned back home into a fireball on Thursday. The plane had apparently taken off from a nearby airport
Steer lock on.
an hour and a half beforehand. One neighbor says that her house literally shook.
Engine start.
And you just heard a real quick whining of it, like it was like revving, and then all of a sudden, boom, and an explosion, and our house shook, and it scared the crap out of us, and everybody started running outside to see what happened and where it was.
She'll say both victims were on board the plane, and there are no reports of other injuries. Federal investigators will look into what caused the crash.
Yes, good luck with that.
Hearing harrowing details from one of the 11 survivors of that small plane that crashed into the waters off the Florida coast on Tuesday. Here is her emotional account of what happened.
After a plane crashed into the ocean off the Florida coast, leaving passengers stranded on a life raft in open water for hours. Alton says the group clung to the raft in rough conditions, surrounded by what she describes as dark water with no land in sight.
Generators on. Hydraulic pump on.
Okay.
Stall warning on. Seat belts on. Patohi on. Avionics on. Autopilot on. Cabin altitude set.
It's unclear where the rain came from or how it ended up going, but the reservoir and the dam are federally designated critical infrastructure. The FBI is investigating. In Texas, new flood warning technology is on the way after the dam was running and revealed gaps in the emergency system. This new system is meant to give clearer warnings before flooding becomes dangerous. It will use weather data, river
Trim set.
to show where flooding could strike and how severe it is.
Police, you admit. Certainly turned explosive as the board voted against the song, which more than 30 students spent months rehearsing.
We heard all of you speak. Please be quiet enough to let us.
Request taxi. Los Angeles International Tower, November 145 Alpha Juliet McQuaist Terrence as per Blightman.
November 145 Alpha Juliet cleared. Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray. Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar. As filed.
Teachers can discuss LGBTQ plus
Screen.
November 145 Alpha Juliet McQuaist taxi.
November 145 Alpha Juliet. QNH 30.03. 1017. Taxi to runway 25 right.
President
Contact
Donald
tower
Trump
on
has made clear that he wants the leader of the
133.90.
Justice Department to deliver on his agenda. But can that person be his former defense lawyer, Todd Blanche, currently the acting attorney general?
November 145 Alpha Juliet McWaste pushback.
Todd Blanche, when he first entered the job as Deputy Attorney General of the Justice Department last March, he was explicitly told by a career ethics official there that he would need to recuse for at least a year from overseeing or taking part in any investigations where he had previously represented Trump, if those investigations might touch on Trump's interests in his personal capacity. So potentially if he were a witness, if this aftermath of an investigation that had been into Trump, so after Todd Blanche had represented Donald Trump in both his criminal cases in Washington, D.C. and in South Florida, there is the possibility now in this Justice Department that additional investigations are arising and prosecutions could as well. Now, the Justice Department has not been explicitly clear on just how far Blanche has gone to remove himself from cases like these, including potentially some of those ongoing investigations.
Landlight on.
Although the acting Attorney General Blanche, he did say in a social media post on Thursday in response to this CNN story that the Justice Department ethics rules around recusals are black and white, and rest assured, I'm fully compliant.
November 145 Alpha Juliet ready for take wheel.
But this is
November 145 Alpha Juliet. Wind is 310 at 5 knots. Runway 25 right cleared for takeoff.
That have some sort of intersection with Donald Trump in his personal capacity. Did Todd Blanche, the acting Attorney General, do anything to participate in the murder?
Switches off.